It's Welterweight Wrestling 3, live on a pay-per-view basis on FITE, Sunday, April 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, welterweightwrestling.com for more ordering instructions, or FITE.tv or the FITE app. Let's preview the card. It will be a street fight. Dylan Bostic and Ace Perry have been rivals for nearly a decade, stretching back to their beginnings. Will Swaggy D, will the Justin Bieber of wrestling, overcome the one-man boy band in what is an unofficial #1 contenders match? Stevie Fierce out of the Chicago area makes his welterweight debut, one-on-one with the proficient one, Sage Phillips. From there, we move on to the cut above the rest, talking about Gavin Glass as he takes on Mr. Excitement Ryan Kidd. Kidd has traveled internationally, but Glass has built momentum here in welterweight wrestling all his own. Who will come out on top in this all-important one-on-one battle? Anthony Henry stole the show at welterweight 2 against Jason Kincaid, but didn't come up with the victory, while Sonny Vice took Trey Miguel to the limit in the most physical match of the night. These guys are looking to make headlines, looking to make a career as they meet one-on-one. Lee Moriarty was disrespectful and distasteful in his treatment of the handicapped hero Gregory Iron at welterweight 2, but this time Greg's not hurt. He's 100% and out for revenge on the obnoxious so-called apex of combat. Flying Brian Pillman was a legend, a trendsetter, a pioneer in junior heavyweight style professional wrestling. We will honor the career of the late Brian Pillman, his son, Brian Pillman Jr., to be on hand. Ophidian and Rory Gulak blame each other for their elimination in the 7-way #1 contender scramble at welterweight 2. They pick teams of 5 that will strive to survive elimination rules coming up at welterweight 3. And speaking of elimination, 4 of the best prospects in Dayton, Ohio, 4 of the best prospects anywhere in the world. Myron Reed, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, and Cole Radrick. Elimination rules. 1 will be left standing, bragging rights in the house they live in. Special bonus footage. Rey Mysterio Jr., you talk about a trendsetter, you talk about a pioneer. He'll team with Impact Wrestling X Division star DJZ to face welterweight champion Gory and Ophidian. Bonus footage from IWC Wrestling 2 weeks ago. And speaking of Gory, he'll defend the welterweight championship with Atticus Coker in his corner. #1 contender is the littlest welterweight himself, 130-pound Nate Wings. Can Wings do the impossible and embody the welterweight spirit? It all goes down Sunday, April 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern, Welterweight Wrestling 3, the biggest we've done yet. One of the most anticipated matches of Welterweight 3 is the Welterweight Championship. The New Age plague Gory with the evil and sinister Atticus Coker defends against #1 contender Nate Wings. Let's look back at how we got here.
Focus on what's going on in the ring, Lee. Nate's in a bad enough shape without coming out here causing problems with an invited guest to this event. Moriarty, this matchup continues. Well, look at Nate. Nate caught Moriarty. Hurricane Rana! How the hell did he do that? Nate Wings wins! Nate Wings is a #1 contender!
Here is your winner and the #1 contender to the Welterweight Championship, Nate Wings!
Well, Nick, as much as I'd love to get my hands on Gory and get some bittersweet revenge, I can't back what he would represent to this brand that I have sacrificed my body, my time to build. So honestly, I would love to take on Ace Perry at welterweight 3.
And we have no law out here.
I mean, I could.
Oh, please don't.
For the right price.
No. What is that?
Whoa.
That's Atticus Coker. Atticus Coker, that stone-faced expression. Ace Perry doesn't see him. And picking up where he left off with Crumbles and Defarge, Atticus of the Culmination Group, which Gory leads, is now assaulting Ace Perry. Somebody stop this. They're going to steal the championship. Oh, there's no one here to get, I don't know. Oh, Ace can barely stand. I think this is the end of Ace Perry. Wait a second! Wait a second! Nate Wings! Nate Wings! Oh, no! Oh, Nate Wiggs was aiming for Gory, and he caught Ace Perry. And now, oh, Nate and Atticus to the floor. Oh my God. Nate Wiggs meant to hit Gory, and Gory now. No. Trepidation.
Oh, he got all of it. He got all of it.
The official's back in. No.
2.
Not like this. No. I'm a new champion.
And wait a second, there's the welterweight champion, Gory. Now keep in mind, Gory is looking at arguably his top 2 contenders. We are at a stalemate as Perry and Wings are battling back and forth, centering with these forearm shots, and Gory and Boss are getting more and more obnoxious as they go. Look at this exchange between these two.
You can see the welts starting to form on both men.
I think Wings and Ace Perry realize they're the butt of the joke. Look out, I gotta go.
Well, there goes Joe Dombrowski once more. This match is broken down. Ace Perry, Nate Wings, we saw him going to it. Well, this is going to be need to be pulled apart as quickly as possible, as we have officials down there. We have Joe Dombrowski, I believe, attempted to get into things as well. You know, you had to think at one point Bostic and Gory were going to take a step too far. Personally, I'm upset. I wanted to see Perry and Wings just tear each other apart.
Gory, this isn't just about the welterweight championship. No, this is much more than that. This is every single moment leading up to this. Like me beating Cam Zagami in welterweight 1 and moving on to the final scramble, or welterweight 2 when I earned my welterweight championship opportunity, and those Koger brothers, they kind of interfered in your match and you walked out with the title. We see, I know every single trick you have to pull out of your sleeve. I've seen the mist, I've seen the run-ins, so I'm ready. Because after April 29th, Nate Wings is your new welterweight champion.
This Sunday, live on FITE TV, Welterweight 3 is happening, and I'm going to be there. And I'm sharing a ring with a guy named Sonny Vice. Now, Sonny, I'm going to be honest, man. I don't know who you are. I've never heard your name, never seen you wrestle, don't know much about you at all. The few people that talked to me about you, the few people that did know who you were, they told me that you were an up-and-comer. Now, I've heard that term thrown around quite often in the business, and, you know, usually what happens when I wrestle up-and-comers, I proceed to beat the living crap out of them all over that ring and embarrass them. So, Sonny, I feel like this weekend, you've got your work cut out for you. I feel like you're in for a beating. And what better guy to do it than me? Especially since I'm so freaking tired of everybody talking about welterweights too and how Jason Kincaid and I stole the show. Yes, we did steal the show. That much is true, but I lost. And I don't want to be reminded of it every other day on Twitter with some stupid fan talking about I had the greatest match ever to happen in that building. Welterweights 3, Sonny, you will be in the match of the night, except for this time, I'm not losing. This time, I have match of the night. I make you internet famous. But at the end of it, you go down 1, 2, 3. So everybody, if you're watching this promo, make it down to Ohio. Make it down to welterweights. And if you can't make it there live, stream it on FITE TV. Because you're going to see a violence party.
Ever since the last match, I've been working out and partying harder than ever. Come April 29th, the Vice Meister's gonna be turned up to 11. Confession time. I need beer for this one. So I'm here to confess to you my thoughts on Welterweight 3. And well, my thoughts is I should already be the champion. But during my title match, I got screwed over by outside interference. Go ahead and roll the footage.
Overzealous. Wait! What the hell was that?
Yeah. And I should also be the sister promotion's Premier Championship Wrestling's champion. But guess what? I got screwed out of that one too. Roll the footage again. You see? So now, by my calculations, is outside interference cost me 20 pounds of gold. 10 pounds around this arm and 10 pounds around that arm. And on April 29th, I should be defending my titles at Welterweight 3. But instead, I'm facing Anthony Henry. And you know, what bugs me about this cat is all I keep hearing about is how Anthony Henry stole the show at Welterweight 2. Meanwhile, me and Trey Miguel beat the living shit out of each other. I came out victorious. Anthony Henry loses and he's the toast of the town? I don't think so. So in order to prove that I'm still the man, not only at Turner's Hall, not only in Cleveland, but in professional wrestling, April 29th, Welterweight 3, Turner's Hall, Cleveland, Ohio, and on the FITE TV app, Anthony Henry, I'm going to have to whip that ass, boy.
Welterweight's on display with a pay-per-view just weeks away. Stakes are high. Ace Perry has a date with Dylan Bostic at Welterweight 3 on FITE TV, Sunday, April 29th. On a pay-per-view basis, HD presentation, 3+ hours of the greatest athletes, 185 pounds and under. Ace Perry beat Bostic to capture the Welterweight Championship in the finals of the inaugural tournament. Bostic has had a chip on his shoulder ever since. He's degraded Ace Perry on Twitter. He's knocked the company. Bostic's had a public meltdown over this. Hasn't gotten over the fact that Perry beat him for the championship. Bostic beat Perry a month ago with a low blow. It'll be a street fight on pay-per-view, though. Anything goes. These two will settle a decades-long rivalry that goes back to their teen years in Indiana. But Ace Perry can't look ahead to Bostic. He's got a tough test right now. Not to some of you fans that may only know Jason Kincaid from Premier Championship Wrestling and Welterweight Wrestling, yeah, that's Jason Kincaid, and apparently his spiritual side, his Zen side, is, not really sure how to describe the sides of Jason Kincaid, to be completely honest, but apparently he felt it necessary to shave his head, shave his beard, and get a big old tattoo on his skull. At welterweightwrestling.com, facebook.com/welterweightwrestling, Instagram at Welterweight Wrestling, or Welterweight PW on Twitter. He's surpassed 1,000 Twitter followers. Thank our fans for that. As Ace Perry, the one-man boy band. He's got a shy side. He's got a bad boy side. He's got a frontman type side. He's got a little bit of everything, as Kincaid gives a different kind of side. Ace Perry's got all those personalities rolled into one, and we'll see which one will help him win this matchup, if he does in fact win.
big if there, because I'm assuming Jason Kincaid didn't get rid of all of his talent.
No, it's not a Samson type. And again, Perry's been struggling. It was Perry and Gory for the welterweight championship, welterweight 2. Atticus Cogar involved on behalf of Gory. Nate Wings tried to even the odds. Went to springboard in with a kick, missed Atticus, hit Perry. And that allowed Gory to capitalize and win the title. Perry and Wings have been at odds since then. Perry and Gory have been at odds since then. We talk about Perry and Bostic being at odds since they were teenagers. So really the top of the welterweight scene has been very crowded and very evenly matched.
It's hard to believe that all these people who fight each other have a problem getting along, Joe. I hate to tell you this, that's their job.
Yeah, and that's okay. I'm just explaining to the people at home the issues that led to this, if you're okay with it.
I'm fine. Just you tend to get a little, oh, why can't we all be friends and respect each other?
Well, Ace and Wings were friends for a number of months.
Sure, but they're wrestlers, and eventually these all stories come to an end, except for the never-ending story, and possibly the never-ending story too. Although if the first one's gone, if the first one's never-ending, why do you need a sequel?
Maybe Kincaid can ponder that next time he meditates.
Anyway, Jason Kincaid.
My point being, to circle back to that, I don't think Gory and Bostic have ever had. Bostic except for maybe his wife in the mirror. Gory except for the culmination. I'm not surprised that everybody's out to get them. But we've seen a more aggressive side out of Ace Perry. And Kincaid is sensing that aggressive side, and he wants Perry to keep calm. Kincaid loves to take other people's tempers and use it against them.
It's a smart psychological tactic.
And again, imagine how calm you have to be. You just talked about tempers flaring and people not liking each other. Kincaid's that exception. He's very zen. He's very centered. It's been few and far between I've ever seen this guy get angry. He's got that control of his body, of his mind, of his emotions, where he can well think out every psychological move, every motion. He doesn't react on impulse. He does things like that. And Kincaid certainly is very much the antithesis of everything you just described, and it's very successful for him.
He's doing very well so far. I mean, look at that. Look at the composure.
And again, Perry's been easy to frustrate these past few months. Kincaid, I think, realizes he can get under the skin of a one-man boy band.
Play right into his trap. I mean, I would love
Ace with a cutter! That could have finished it early, but check out the body control of Kincaid to land in his hands.
Caught it and popped himself right back up to his feet.
That's insane.
And then just assumed that arms behind him stance.
Ace Perry's kind of freaked out right now.
I mean, to be fair, if you're in a fight with a guy who keeps putting his hands behind his back, it's a little dissettling, disconcerting.
And Kincaid with the lightest shove I've ever seen in my life. It's almost like Kincaid's mocking Perry's temper.
I don't think his heart was in there. There we go. It was in. And then a little soul.
I think that's, again, the difference between Perry acting on emotion and Kincaid coming in with a focused plan. Two very different states of mind, but both will be a part of Welterweight 3 on pay-per-view. And of course, if you're watching it, well, Kincaid celebrated that double stomp in style. I was going to mention if you're watching this matchup on YouTube or any other medium after April 29th, Welterweight Wrestling 1 through 3 is still available on DVD, MP4, and VOD.
Where can they find it?
That's welterweightwrestling.com. Perry may be looking for skin that just got chopped off his chest amongst these fans.
It's a band-aid to put his chest back together.
Cover. On the count of 2. And again, Kincaid has had just one speed, one mindset. This entire matchup of Perry trying to snap Kincaid out of it, but Kincaid be the aggressor as well.
I feel like Kincaid didn't really mean calm down, or at least not for the entire match.
I think Kincaid was trying to get under the skin of Perry further. Perry got the foot up. There, oof.
Right to the bridge of the nose.
Springboard, Kincaid a step ahead. Perry underneath. Paddle counter roll countered. And And it's Perry uses the momentum of Kincaid to hit the German suplex with a thrust kick. That is a staple of Perry's offense. And now with a suicide dive.
Perry thrust kick went right to the throat of Kincaid.
Perry can string the combos together. Now the cutter could have ended it, but Kincaid another counter. Not as smooth as the first, but still effective.
That elbow right to the temple. Really has precision. Oh!
Not sure what Kincaid had said to Perry, but he got a rise out of his fans. Perhaps Kincaid is being thrown a little bit off his game by Perry. And you know, Ace Perry, Shining Wizard now, into the cover. 2 count only. Ace Perry made history on pay-per-view. First ever welterweight champion. The last man standing after a field of 16. He successfully defended the title against the likes of Gregory Young and John Regression. He's in the history books. He was celebrated. He was the centerpiece of the promotion. And all of a sudden, he lost that. He lost the championship to Gory. You know that's going to affect your psyche. Is Ace Perry going to be his old self again until he gets back on top?
I mean, I think you've already answered the question. Of course not. Once you've lost that fixed point that guides you, you have to find something else. There's no way you can go back to being what you were, because what you were isn't there anymore.
2 count only off the neck breaker. Of course, I am Joe Dombrowski with Jay Worthington and Farnsworth, bringing you this welterweight showcase matchup. As Kincaid got a near fall on Ace Perry that time, and if Kincaid can pin the former welterweight champion, that plus his victory over Anthony Henry at the welterweight 2 pay-per-view, certainly got to start looking at Jason Kincaid as a title contender as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, look at this.
Of course, it's Nate Wings who won the 7-way scramble at welterweight 2. He'll challenge Gory at welterweight 3 on pay-per-view.
Gory, the career special.
There you go. And you see pressure put on the upper body, the shoulders, pressure put on the lower body. Kincaid is stretching away from all sides here. Perry's powerless to counter.
He's trying to get, there we go. You got to try and swing the weight one way or the other so you can tip out of that and release the pressure on all the joints.
Perry the pump kick. Kincaid a hair quicker this time, no pun intended. Springboard, that's a Kincaid staple, but Perry was ready with a thrust kick.
I was going to say he flew right over Perry there.
Perry was waiting in the wings, and Kincaid is down. Look at this! Kincaid elevates Perry, who came down hard face first on the ring frame, and it looks like Kincaid might be looking to get a count-out victory.
Yeah, you saw him signaling count.
No shame in that.
Take the win where you can get it.
Certainly would do its share to bring Kincaid forward in the rankings. Perry may be hurt enough to be unable to continue here. He got a concussion after that impact. He hit square on the ring frame. Metal meets wood from a very, very high point.
Yeah, it looked like he came down hard on that.
Back in, Kincaid immediately on the attack. Rolls him to the center. Barely a count of 2 that time.
I don't even know what this is.
Let's assume it's unsanitary.
The last thing I want to do to a ring is lick it. Putting a piece of it in my mouth, no. I don't care how zen I am, I'm not doing it.
Not sure if that was a ring or three or who knows what. Ace Perry up and over. Push off. Beautiful. Float over into the long blower. Kincaid tries to seek salvation, but gets caught up in the ropes, and Perry comes down.
You saw that, oh!
These Perry combos, the Swanton. Could this be it? Perry back in winning ways? No.
I was going to say, you saw Kincaid hung up in the ropes. He saw Perry coming and tried to cover his head a bit, but you know, it's like trying to put your hand up when someone's swinging a baseball bat. Exactly. It's only going to protect oh so much.
Perry is looking for momentum, heading into a street fight where he will be challenged by Dylan Bostic. Major future championship implications there as Kincaid uses Perry's momentum to drop him down. Perry sent back of the head into the corner.
sunset palm into the corner. And then coast to coast on that drop kick like it was nothing.
So seamless, so fluid for a near fall. And keep in mind the resolve of Ace Perry. Not only did Ace Perry win his opening round matchup at Welterweight 1, he survived a 7-way scramble, single elimination style to win that championship. That must seem like forever ago to Ace Perry at this point. There's a long journey back to the top potentially, with a lot of pitfalls waiting for him.
But who doesn't have a long journey right now?
Who's that?
Kincaid.
Oh! I beg to differ. That was a pretty long journey to the canvas. Into the cutter. The driver, I should say, for a near fall. And Kincaid just barely able to muster up the strength to get the left shoulder up. But you can sense Perry knows the danger of Kincaid, knows that Kincaid has built up a reputation throughout the country. It's these 2, 3, and 4 move combos Perry's trying to fire off to keep Kincaid, but they still, as of yet, are not enough.
Well, games with what brought you. Keep doing them. Keep hitting them. Don't rest right now. Stay on top of him if you want this win, Ace. Because what you don't want is Kincaid waking up like this.
You saw Kincaid slapping himself to try to get himself back in the fight. Didn't work. Not this time. Perry DDT, and Kincaid's on his feet. Kincaid is blocking out the pain. He's channeling something deep inside him, and Perry gets dropped. Out on his feet for a moment, but Perry digging down deep.
And they're just trading off kicks. Oh!
Perry and Kincaid are digging down as deep as one man possibly can, because they know the stakes at hand. They know what it'll take to beat the other. It is, can you top this? An ultimate gut check with Welterweight 3 on pay-per-view just weeks away.
We're already up to a 5 count here, right there. Neither man's even made it over to his side, much less up.
Momentum is key. Perry knows his matchup. Kincaid, as of yet, does not. We'll see who can get to their feet first, if anybody. Maybe a wash.
They haven't made it to their feet. They're up to their knees at this point.
And still digging down deep. Find whatever they can. But couldn't get it off. Perry takes off the balance of Kincaid. Double stomp, no one there.
Saw it coming, got out of the way. Oh!
Oh, and Perry elevated back in the head of the corner.
Just a step out of the way, almost a Beal, just throwing him right into the turnbuckle.
And it's action like this you'll see on FITE. You'll see on pay-per-view, welterweightwrestling.com, Welterweight 3. Kincaid stole the show at Welterweight 2. Perry was the hero at Welterweight 1. Who will make Welterweight 3 their night, April 29th? Kincaid looking to make his moment count now, as not from the top rope, but the top of the post.
He seems to be perched and balanced.
No one there on his double stomp either. Perry Matrix, cutter connects.
And Kincaid out of the ring, smart.
I'm not sure if it was smarts or it was momentum, because that's normally how Ace Perry puts his matches away. Kincaid was waiting. Perhaps it was smarts. Top of the post again. Double stomp connects.
And he landed all of that.
That'll do it. No. Perry kicks out, but Kincaid adjusts. All submission attempt. I believe that's what beat Anthony Henry, and Perry had to tap out immediately. I'm not sure what the counter is for that move. I'm not sure if there's a counter for that move. I'm not sure if I can even describe what that move is. But Jason Kincaid used it to perfection. Ace Perry, another tough loss on his long road, hopefully in his eyes, back to the title. He's got Dylan Bostic on pay-per-view, but Kincaid, he feels untouchable at this point because Kincaid just beat the man that helped build welterweight wrestling.
Can you blame him? Did you see what he just did? And that finisher, in my wrestling days, we referred to that as an unescapable headlock.
Welterweight wrestling. This Sunday, the silence returns, not as a stand-in, no, as a hand-picked member of Team Gulak with one goal in mind. The piece-by-piece dissection of Team Ophidian. No one understands the mind of Ophidian the way I do. The way he thinks, the choices he makes, the moves he does. As great as he is, I'll always be one step ahead. And Team Gulak, well, our victory will be amazing.
Ophidian, see you sneaking around my city, but it's funny, I can't find you anywhere. This Sunday, Welterweight 3, Cleveland, Ohio, there's going to be nowhere for you to go. Team Gulak's going to win. You can bring all the people you want. You could have 100 people on your team. My team only needs me, and it's going to be amazing.
From the Americas to Japan, Rory Gulak has been looking for the best athletes, los mejores atletas in this world. Why? To complete el equipo perfecto, the perfect team. I told him to look no farther than the deep south, the beautiful country of Peru. And from the ruins of the old Incan Empire, un guerrero, a warrior, rises. The last Incan warrior, Rayo.
Oh, hello there. Just sitting here relaxing in the most beautiful way possible as I prepare for this Sunday, April 29th, when I make my debut for Team Gulak at Welterweight 3. Yours truly, Brett 50 Shades of Havoc, will single-handedly lead my team to victory. Turner Hall, Cleveland, Ohio. I hope you're ready, because you won't want to miss the show I'm going to put on for you.
It's Welterweight Wrestling 3, live on a pay-per-view basis on FITE, Sunday, April 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, welterweightwrestling.com for more ordering instructions, or FITE.tv or the FITE app. Let's preview the card. It will be a street fight. Dylan Bostic and Ace Perry have been rivals for nearly a decade, stretching back to their beginnings. Will Swaggy D, will the Justin Bieber of wrestling, overcome the one-man boy band in what is an unofficial #1 contenders match? Stevie Fierce out of the Chicago area makes his welterweight debut, one-on-one with the proficient one, Sage Phillips. From there, we move on to the cut above the rest, talking about Gavin Glass as he takes on Mr. Excitement Ryan Kidd. Kidd has traveled internationally, but Glass has built momentum here in welterweight wrestling all his own. Who will come out on top in this all-important one-on-one battle? Anthony Henry stole the show at welterweight 2 against Jason Kincaid, but didn't come up with the victory, while Sonny Vice took Trey Miguel to the limit in the most physical match of the night. These guys are looking to make headlines, looking to make a career as they meet one-on-one. Lee Moriarty was disrespectful and distasteful in his treatment of the handicapped hero Gregory Iron at welterweight 2, but this time Greg's not hurt. He's 100% and out for revenge on the obnoxious so-called apex of combat. Flying Brian Pillman was a legend, a trendsetter, a pioneer in junior heavyweight style professional wrestling. We will honor the career of the late Brian Pillman, his son, Brian Pillman Jr., to be on hand. Ophidian and Rory Gulak blame each other for their elimination in the 7-way #1 contender scramble at welterweight 2. They pick teams of 5 that will strive to survive elimination rules coming up at welterweight 3. And speaking of elimination, 4 of the best prospects in Dayton, Ohio, 4 of the best prospects anywhere in the world. Myron Reed, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, and Cole Radrick. Elimination rules. 1 will be left standing, bragging rights in the house they live in. Special bonus footage. Rey Mysterio Jr. Talk about a trendsetter. You talk about a pioneer. He'll team with Impact Wrestling X Division star DJZ to face welterweight champion Gory and Ophidian. Bonus footage from IWC Wrestling 2 weeks ago. And speaking of Gory, he'll defend the welterweight championship with Atticus Coker in his corner. #1 contender is the littlest welterweight himself, 130-pound Nate Wings. Can Wings do the impossible and embody the welterweight spirit? It all goes down Sunday, April 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern, Welterweight Wrestling 3, the biggest we've done yet. One of the most personal encounters of the night features the apex of combat, Lee Moriarty versus the handicapped hero Gregory Iron. This all started over a very sensitive issue at welterweight 2 and spiraled even further down from there.
A month ago in New Jersey, I suffered what I guess you can call a freak injury. I injured my manhood in a professional wrestling match. I suffered a pretty severe groin injury that's going to keep me out of action until November.
But tonight, you decided to walk out here and lie to everyone. Because the reason you're not competing tonight isn't because your ding-ding's hurt.
Not the ding-ding.
No, it's not. It's because you're afraid of the swelterweight.
Swelterweight?
Yeah, because I'm huge.
He's swole.
The apex of combat, Lee Moriarty, beating you in your own town. You know what? I don't even think you're really hurt. I mean, you can't really hurt what's not really there.
I know you're a talented guy, but you can't shut your mouth for more than 2 seconds to prove it. Every single weekend for 11 years, I've been going out there and busting my ass, proving that I'm not just a handicapped wrestler, I'm one of the best wrestlers in the damn country.
Amen to that, I'll agree.
I've slept in my car every weekend for 11 years. I've sacrificed money. I've sacrificed jobs. I've sacrificed relationships. In fact, the only thing that I've ever been married to is this damn business. The only family I have is each and every one of these people. And you want to come out here like every other moron that I see every weekend with your brother crap, thinking that you're earning something. Well, you're not. You got to come out here, you got to earn it in this ring, okay? Every single weekend. Are you doing that? Because you're not doing that right now, punk. I'm not clear to wrestle. The doctors say I can't wrestle, but you want to talk about me? You want to talk about my manhood? I could show you right now that I got the balls to knock your teeth down your damn throat.
Whoa. Yeah. Marie's out here trying to break them apart.
Well, someone's got to separate them. I mean, this is crap.
What is Lee doing? Hey, get out of here. Hey, come on. Greg's trying to do commentary. You pie face it. Look, Greg grabbing the chair from Moriarty, who's trying to sneak his way to a title shot, didn't listen to anything Greg told him, and trying to take a shortcut again. Hey! Oh, come on! Guy spent a weekend in the hospital with a groin injury, and Moriarty went downstairs when Greg's back was turned. That is sick.
Down to about 12. Greg should be the welterweight champion.
Well, you know what, Joe? Without a referee, you can count till 4 in the morning, and there's still not going to be a conclusion. You need the referee to count the pinfall here. Oh, look at Greg. Greg looks really angry. That makes me so happy.
Well,
hey, Joe, remember the time?
Oh, stop it. Well, Greg's got to pull something else out here. What is this?
Do you get a title shot before me?
Lee Moriarty.
At Welterweight Wrestling 3. Get out! Make me! But you know what? That's cool. That's fine. Enjoy this while you can. Until then, watch your step. And protect your neck. Actually, protect your...
We know what Lee was going to say there. Gory is able to recover almost into the official again. Oh, no, the mist! Where the hell did that come from? The mist and it downstairs! Oh, right in that injured groin! Thanks to Moriarty's distraction of Gregory Iron, the official was diverted. That's trepidation! And God, how much do you need to stack the deck to beat Gregory Iron?
Having patience always gets you what you deserve. That is the biggest lie I've ever been told in my entire life. Because all that patience has ever given is someone else my opportunities. Last year, I competed in a match at Welterweight Wrestling 2, and the winner would earn a shot at Welterweight Wrestling 3 in the main event to become the champion. I didn't win that match, but not because of my own mistakes, but because a man who was not medically cleared at the time to compete in that match decided he would still get involved and determine the outcome. I'm talking about one-armed and dangerous handicapped hero Gregory Iron. But for some reason, people still see him as the good guy. People still see him as the one everyone should look up to. Greg's a snake. He stole my opportunity, and a month later, he's magically healed up and gets a title match against Gory in November. How is that fair? How is he the victim in this situation? I'm not the antagonizer, he is! And now instead of me main eventing Welterweight Wrestling 3 on the FITE app, I have a match against Greg, April 29th. Again, how is that fair? How has patience gotten me anything that I deserve? It hasn't. But it doesn't matter that I'm not in the main event. Welterweight Wrestling 3 is still gonna be swelterweight season. And Greg better watch his step and protect his neck.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short, sweet, and to the point. Ryan Kidd, I don't care where you've been, I don't care who you've trained with, and I don't give a damn who you think you are. How many wins have you gotten in welterweight wrestling? 0. And come April 29th in Cleveland, Ohio, live on internet pay-per-view on FITE, I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna expose you just like I exposed Sonny Kiss. I'm gonna expose you as the loser you are, just like the rest of the jokes in the back. Because I've said it once, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the freaking face. I am welterweight wrestling's most valuable player. And Ryan Kidd, you're gonna find out that you cannot break the glass ceiling. Because my name is Gavin Glass, and I am a cut above the rest.
Welterweight Wrestling 3 takes place this Sunday night, live in Cleveland, Ohio from Turner's Hall and around the world on pay-per-view via FITE TV. And this Sunday night, Mr. Excitement returns to welterweight wrestling. And since I've been here last, a lot has changed, a lot has taken place between now and last October. You see, I've been around the world, garnering championships, finishing tours of Mexico, trying to become the absolute best wrestler that I can, going around the world to spread the love of Lucha Libre. And this Sunday, that comes to Cleveland, Ohio. Now, a lot has changed in my life, but every time I seem to come to welterweight wrestling, every time I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, it just doesn't seem to add up. See, the last 2 appearances I've made here in welterweight wrestling have ended in disappointment, and they've ended in defeat. And unfortunately, I can't say that I'm necessarily happy about it, but I've got to own up to it. Now, this Sunday, Welterweight Wrestling 3, my 3rd shot, and I go one-on-one with Gavin Glass, a man that calls himself a cut above the rest. And Gavin, you are talented. And on the outside, you and me, we look awfully similar, but we really couldn't be any more different, Gavin. See, you're a man that's had the natural talent. You got all the girls in school. You were great at sports. Me, on the other hand, I've had to cut my teeth. I've had to earn every opportunity that I've gotten. And now, this Sunday, I've got the opportunity to change my momentum, to change my destiny here in welterweight wrestling, and it starts with you, Gavin.
One rivalry that has been building for nearly a decade. Dylan Bostic, Ace Perry in a street fight as part of Welterweight 3. It's been a tumultuous year of ups and downs for Ace Perry. Let's chart the past 12 months for the one-man boy band.
He could not beat Ace Perry. The plan was thwarted, and Bostic is beside himself.
This crowd has come to life.
Bostic from the top. Cutter! Ace with a cutter! 1, 2, he got him!
Your winner, Ace Perry!
Ace Perry has done it! Through a debilitating back injury, through a possible concussion, Ace Perry survives! A field of 16, he is the last one standing! And what a moment this is for Ace Perry! I think this is the end of Ace Perry. Wait a second! Wait a second! Nate Wiggs! Nate Wiggs! Oh, no! Oh, Nate Wiggs was aiming for Corey! And he caught Ace Perry! Trepidation!
Oh, he got all of it! He got all of it!
The official's back in! No!
2!
Not like this! No! We have a new champion!
Now the Quebrada! Nicely done. 2 count only. Oh, it's Dylan Bostic.
Well, he's the money weight. He wants to get a better viewpoint. If I could, I'd certainly love to see Ace Perry and Nate Wings smack each other around too.
It looks like he's mocking both Wings and Perry from my perspective.
You know, it's one thing to be
in a
match.
Bostic kill each other.
I do hear him. It's one thing to be in a match against a friend and you just want to take him out, or maybe former friend at this point. But it's another thing when you're getting jeers and catcalls from people that you may have to face down the line, or in the case of these 2 men, they have faced.
We are at a stalemate as Perry and Wings are battling back and forth, centering with these forearm shots, and Gory and Bostic are getting more and more obnoxious as they go. Look at this exchange between these 2.
You can see the welts starting to form on both men.
I think Wings and Ace Perry realize they're the butt of the joke. Look out, I gotta go.
Well, there goes Joe Dombrowski once more. This match is broken down. Ace Perry and Nate Wings, we saw him going to it. Well, this is going to need to be pulled apart as quickly as possible, as we have officials down there. We have Joe Dombrowski, I believe, attempted individuals. Nate Wings get to the back, but Bostic's not done yet. He took a running leap for Ace Perry, and you heard Joe Dombrowski mention the problems that those 2 have had in the past.
Dylan's not used to being up here. Oh, wait a minute, into the counter! That's how Perry won at Welterweight 1! That's how he won the Welterweight title! Can he pin him again? And Bostic, I don't know if it's instincts or luck, but Bostic rolled to the floor that time. But Bostic was beat when that happened on pay-per-view at Welterweight 1. Wait.
Well, but I hate to say it, but Ace Perry may be right.
I don't think Bostic has a clue where he is right now. Oh, come on!
Well,
wait, Bostic took his wrist tape off to distract the official, and then hit Swaggy D. I think that was intentional. Bostic played possum at the end, and he stole it. Dylan Bostic beats Ace Perry in the welterweight wrestling division, and he may be just a short time away from maybe his welterweight title opportunity. The Welterweight 3, April 29th on pay-per-view on FITE. WelterweightWrestling.com. Ace Perry's journey back to the top may have just gotten a bit longer than he expected.
I mean, I am never short on words. I think I'm the best in the game at running my mouth, but I'm also the best at my game in the ring.
See, whenever Dylan's here, he's... The best way I can describe him is he's like a bully.
You know, I did beat Ace Perry tonight, and I proved to the world that he's just a no-name loser like everyone in Cleveland.
Maybe I have to beat him and show no mercy.
And I think it's time that the people like, the people like you, the people like Joe Dombrowski show me the respect that I deserve. I mean, I'm a superstar. Look at me. Ah!
This coming Sunday, I make my return to welterweight wrestling in Cleveland, Ohio. However, if you look at my history for welterweight wrestling, you can see I've not had the best luck. The first welterweight wrestling show, I lost. The tag match for the second welterweight wrestling show, I lost. I even had a shot against Gory a few months ago, and I did not get the championship. But now, my eyes are set forward and not looking back. And my opponent this Sunday is Stevie Fierce. Stevie, I see you traveling all across Mexico, all across Canada, all over the United States. But I feel like you're worried more about your appearance than getting the 1, 2, 3. Well, Stevie, do I look like I care about appearance? Because this Sunday, all I care about is the victory. And you will learn this Sunday who Sage Phillips is.
This Sunday at the Turner's Hall in Cleveland, Ohio, for welterweight wrestling, I'm in a match with 3 other people who I've legitimately called brothers. Three other people I've lived with. And it's being billed as some kind of a breakout, show-out match, but honestly, and I love these guys, and it's nothing against them. But I've already showed out every single time I've been at welterweight, and I've been there since the beginning.
Lights, camera, action, baby! You are looking at it right here. Come Sunday, all of Ohio, all of Cleveland, all of the entire Midwest, and including 3 of my roommates, you will all bow to the Fresh Prince of Mid-Air, and that is me, Trey Miguel.
Hey, baby, hey. First of all, there's only 5 of the best in the world, and that's me, Hot Fire. Hot Fire.
Stole that from Dave Chappelle.
No, I mean, but yeah, Hot Fire.
I know where he's going with this.
Hot Fire.
Wait,
and hot.
That doesn't even rhyme. It's
no, but it's
just
you get
Hot Fire, Hot Fire, Hot Fire, Hot Fire. It can be 4 of the best, but there's only one Cole Radrick.
He trying to be cute.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. You've done things. You've done things. You've done things.
Yeah,
what
we
have
all
I
done stuff. What have you?
What have you done?
That's what I'm just like you really like.
None of us
really,
tried
if
to
we're really
say
looking
that.
at
No.
it,
I mean, if we're really looking at the big picture, the big picture's right. It fits right in here. There's no square frame for it. It's like a silhouette. It's me. No, there's no triangle. Do you know what a silhouette is?
I mean, no one knows.
It's of a single figure. Me.
But
Cole's not winning, dude. Watch out.
You're not winning either.
I'm winning.
So who's winning? You winning?
Yeah,
So you're winning?
Absolutely.
He's definitely not winning.
I mean,
I'm definitely not letting him win.
I'm winning.
If we're being honest, it's kind of my turf.
What does that even mean? You're not even from Ohio.
No, I'm not.
You don't even.
Welterweight
First of all,
wrestling.
you don't know
I've been
nothing
there
about
since
football.
the very beginning.
You don't know about football?
None of you guys.
First of all, I was supposed to be there like a year ago, and then some little BS happened, and then I had to jump a guardrail, talk my own way onto the show, and then why are you bringing up old shit? Anyway, I killed it. And Sonny Vice, you lucky that you got that victory. And these 3 will be lucky if they walk out alive. Oh, hell! The Fresh
Even at the house,
Prince.
it's always like this. Always love Trey.
Diva.
It's Welterweight Wrestling 3, live on a pay-per-view basis on FITE, Sunday, April 29th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. welterweightwrestling.com for more ordering instructions, or FITE.tv or the FITE app. Let's preview the card. It will be a street fight. Dylan Bostic and Ace Perry have been rivals for nearly a decade, stretching back to their beginnings. Will Swaggy D, will the Justin Bieber of wrestling, overcome the one-man boy band in what is an unofficial #1 contenders match? Stevie Fierce out of the Chicago area makes his welterweight debut, one-on-one with the proficient one, Sage Phillips. From there, we move on to the cut above the rest, talking about Gavin Glass as he takes on Mr. Excitement Ryan Kidd. Kidd has traveled internationally, but Glass has built momentum here in welterweight wrestling all his own. Who will come out on top in this all-important one-on-one battle? Anthony Henry stole the show at welterweight 2 against Jason Kincaid, but didn't come up with the victory, while Sonny Vice took Trey Miguel to the limit in the most physical match of the night. These guys are looking to make headlines, looking to make a career as they meet one-on-one. Lee Moriarty was disrespectful and distasteful in his treatment of the handicapped hero Gregory Iron at welterweight 2, but this time Greg's not hurt. He's 100% and out for revenge on the obnoxious so-called apex of combat. Flying Brian Pillman was a legend, a trendsetter, a pioneer in junior heavyweight style professional wrestling. We will honor the career of the late Brian Pillman, his son, Brian Pillman Jr., to be on hand. Ophidian and Rory Gulak blame each other for their elimination in the 7-way #1 contender scramble at welterweight 2. They pick teams of 5 that will strive to survive elimination rules coming up at welterweight 3. And speaking of elimination, 4 of the best prospects in Dayton, Ohio, 4 of the best prospects anywhere in the world. Myron Reed, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, and Cole Radrick. Elimination rules. 1 will be left standing, bragging rights in the house they live in. Special bonus footage. Rey Mysterio Jr. You talk about a trendsetter. You talk about a pioneer. He'll team with Impact Wrestling X Division star DJZ to face welterweight champion Gory and Ophidian. Bonus footage from IWC Wrestling 2 weeks ago. And speaking of Gory, he'll defend the welterweight championship with Atticus Coker in his corner. #1 contender is the littlest welterweight himself, 130-pound Nate Wings. Can Wings do the impossible and embody the welterweight spirit? It all goes down Sunday, April 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern, Welterweight Wrestling 3, the biggest we've done yet. Imagine you're Ace Perry. After a lifetime of hard work, positive energy, and unwavering work ethic, your childhood dream was slowly becoming a reality. After years of working towards major opportunity, you outlast a field of 16 men to make history as the first welterweight champion. Your title reign is known for your guts, heart, and competitive spirit, and you're the centerpiece of a rapidly growing brand. It seems the sky is the limit. Then, in one night, everything changes.
And new welterweight champion,
The championship you once defended so proudly and coveted so deeply has fallen in the hands of a sick and sinister evil entity, content on holding the hopes and dreams of an entire roster hostage, defiling, spitting in the face of the legacy and reputation you attempted to build. A man you once trusted and called friend has become a bitter rival, a bond torn apart by circumstance, a rift driven by a mutual goal gone wrong. Your once happy, upbeat personality has given way to paranoia, frustration, and uncontrollable rage. And a rival from your past has re-emerged and will stop at nothing to prove the heights you reached were undeserved, and what was once your dream is now his for the taking. Now, the finger is pointed at you. You're the one who's changed. You must watch from the sidelines as the welterweight championship is defended, and a different man, Nate Wings, attempts to live his dream and stop the infection of Jason Gory. Meanwhile, you must enter treacherous grounds as you battle the man who wants to take everything that defines you, Swaggy D, Dylan Bostic, in a no-rules street fight. Will the desires of these 4 men lead them to ultimate glory or destroy them from within? And now, Welterweight Wrestling 3.